This is exactly right.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye. The Hulu original series Furious is coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus on July 27th.
Starring Emmy Rossum as Alice Black, Furious follows a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, played by Lola Pettigrew, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
While Alice upholds justice, Catherine kills for it, terrorizing the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
With secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious on July 27th.
Streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
Sometimes the hardest part of therapy is just getting started.
For real, which is why having help that's flexible, accessible, and easy to fit into your life matters.
And that's exactly what Talkspace is designed for.
Talkspace therapy and psychiatry is covered by most insurers, and most insured members pay a copay of $0.
Part of the mission of Talkspace is to provide quality care that is accessible and affordable, whether or not you're insured.
Talkspace has really made it just a kind of no-brainer to try therapy. If you're nervous about talking to someone, if you're nervous about the money, if you're nervous about leaving the house, you don't have to deal with any of that. They have covered it. And for me, like, that is best way to get into therapy. Take all the what ifs out.
You know you got to do it.
You know you do.
As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $80 off of your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/MFM and enter promo code SPACE80.
That's SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/MFM and enter promo code SPACE80. Goodbye. Hi.
And welcome.
I didn't know we were starting. Welcome to my favorite murder.
We didn't do the thing where we nodded each other for 5 seconds before we actually launch into it.
Do prayer hands.
I busted out.
You did.
I busted out by starting without you, and I busted out by biting into an apple right before we started. Like, that was anything you can do in the entire time frame of doing a podcast. Eating an apple never comes into it.
That's Karen Kilgariff.
Oh, that's Georgia Hardstark.
I'm not eating an apple. I'm drinking a kombucha because I'm just pretending I'm drinking alcohol, and it's not alcohol.
I bet there's a little bit of alcohol in there.
Oh, I hope so.
Because it's fermented,
Because
right?
I put whiskey in it. Oh,
because both hands are shaking really hard. Have you ever seen those really, like, it's in the movies and stuff, where there's a really old drunk whose hands shake so bad he has to tie a kerchief around one hand and then pull it around his neck so he can pull his hand up to
get a
pour a drink into his mouth?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the ravages of alcohol.
Just saying.
Today's 15 days off for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to put pressure on.
I get it.
Yeah.
But so I'll just say it.
You're past 2 weeks.
I know.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's going on? Do you want to report any feelings? Are you having hallucinations?
No.
How shaky are your hands?
I'm good. I'm sleeping fucking amazingly. I'm not having those 3 a.m. shame hours where I just wake up and I'm like, why'd you fucking drink again last night? Like, this time you're going to do it, and hating myself.
Yes.
Not having those. I'm not taking naps. I'm feeling fucking good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, the poison's leaving the body.
Is it?
The poison's leaving the system.
How long does it take to not feel like?
God, from what I can remember from medical school, it's right around. I don't know. I mean, I say I'd say a month.
Yeah.
I think they usually say 28 days of a habit broken is a broken habit.
Oh.
So I think if but I bet you just system wise, like, running clean for over 2 weeks is primo. You're in golden state.
Thank you. And I've just been shoveling turmeric into my face.
What's that do?
It helps with inflammation.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
Any other tips or tricks for how you got 2 weeks is a long time.
I am falling asleep listening to the book that I recommended. Like, I've listened to it 3 or 4 times at this point.
Nice.
It's This Naked Life by Annie Grace. I'll fucking say it again. It has changed everything for me.
Amazing.
And I have other suggestions too at some point. I'll do it.
We'll have a full talk through about it.
Yeah.
I love it because you talking about that last week, I was like, you don't have to, doesn't have to be alcohol to be pointing and looking at a thing that you want to let go of.
Yeah.
And it's just more about because I actually kind of breezed through that book just to see how alcohol centric it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I could completely listen to this.
Yeah.
You
could just have it about food. You could have it about weed, whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, those aren't my problem.
I didn't mean you.
I want to do it about just being too nice to people and it being too helpful.
I totally didn't mean you when I said that. And somehow I hit you spot on.
Well, it's all I talk about. But, there are these things where, like,
apples before podcast.
Just biting into a Honeycrisp, just one bite and throwing it away. That's a terrible habit that has to get gotten rid of. I think these days, though, the stress and daily horror that everyone is dealing with, and that, just the temperature and literally, figuratively, politically, people are relying on things probably now more than ever.
100%.
And coping with things that maybe might not be working. So stuff like this and these conversations, I think, can be really helpful. Even if it's cash, even if it's not like, I crashed my car for the 5th time or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, I want to figure out what actually feels good, not what my habit is.
You know what I've been thinking about? In AA, people hit rock bottom, and that's when you decide to quit. Yeah. I haven't done that, but I think I've hit rock boredom, or I'm so fucking bored when I drink, and I'm so bored. I drink because I'm bored, and I'm bored of that, and I want something new.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Okay.
Because it's almost like you're like, I'm just going to go walk down that same hallway again.
Right.
And so, yes, there's great things down that hallway. There's a pinball machine, and there's drama, and there's like, woo, confetti and shit.
Yeah, and it's like you're more yourself. Or so you think, and you're more excited and happy, or so you think, in that hallway.
And brave. There's all these things the hallway makes you believe.
Right.
But then, after a while, you're like, is there any other fucking part of this house I could please go sit in for a while?
That is a great analogy.
It is an analogy.
Well, great job.
Thank you. It might even be a metaphor. But who can say? Now, I would like to talk about something more important than your sobriety, and that's a new TV show that I found.
I love it. Let's do it.
And I'm surprised because I was so excited about this show that I thought I could get you. But again, it's proven that we are polar opposites and do not have the same taste. It's HBO's new series starring and directed by the great Jason Bateman called The Outsider, that is about did he or did he not commit this crime? And I think it's so good.
I do too, but I accidentally, like a year ago, read the book, and I didn't like it.
Right.
So I stopped. So I think it's kind of clouding how I look at it, but I do really like it, and I'm going to watch it.
And also probably needs to be said, also, Stephen King has recently said some problematic shit that other people wouldn't like. So that might be clouding it for some people. Right. I didn't even realize he had anything to do with it. So I watched it and got these big, the night of feelings, those old, remember, was that 2016 or 2017? That was
so nice. And we're like, yes, what is this?
What is it? Who is Riz Ahmed?
I love
Why is this taking over my life? I only want to look at this TV show for the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
It's similar feelings in that way. And then also just, I've loved Jason Bateman since, he came into my life via Silver Spoons, the great syndicated Ricky Schroeder vehicle, as the villain. Then he got his own show called, What's Your Move? What the fuck was that? Was it was called? And it was like a kid with a single mom, and the guy across the hall wanted to date his mom, and it was like him versus the adult.
I never saw that.
It's so good. Okay. He is so fucking good as a child actor.
Oh my God.
He's like 12 years old, and it's like he's fucking. He's unbelievable.
What's the actor who's also in the show who was in Bloodline? What's his name? He's amazing.
Oh, is it Norman Reedus? No, that's the guy from Walking Dead. Is it?
Should we pause and...
Also, the detective from The Night of is also on it as the lawyer.
Oh, is that? Okay.
So the detective that's like all anti-Riz Ahmed, and then...
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn is the guy from Bloodline.
Yes, and he's incredible.
He's so good.
I love him.
He's the detective in this one.
Yeah.
Then the lawyer is the guy that was the detective on The Night Of. That's where I was getting my Night Of feelings.
Got it.
Good.
Let me change the subject. Casually and cleanly change the subject.
Cool.
Okay, I just saw this news that I wanted to tell you because I thought you would love it as much as I did.
Please.
So there's this soccer team. You and I went and saw soccer when we were in the UK.
Yes, we call it football.
Football. It was so much fun. So there's a soccer team. They're called Roma. They're from Italy, and they're like, big deal. A big deal.
They're called Roma. They're from Italy.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe it?
It's so crazy.
Who'd have thunk? So I guess they're like known for having a really witty, funny Twitter account.
Oh.
And now they've done something where, so the incoming transfer announcements, that's when like we have this new player. Was that what that's what that means?
Sure.
I don't know shit about sports, so I'm going to get this wrong. I text Vince the other day when he was watching football. How many innings are left?
Not even to be cute.
I was not being cute. I just didn't. I don't.
Sure.
I'm not. So now when they post a photo and like a news announcement of their incoming transfers, their new players, side by side with it, they pair a slideshow and pics of missing children from various countries.
No.
So every time, and it's big news when someone gets transferred. So every time someone clicks on it to read the news, there are missing children that you need to keep an eye out. And guess what? 6 fucking children have been found because of this so far. How amazing is that?
Oh.
Are you crying?
Am I going to cry?
Oh, God.
I can't. I'm holding my cheeks.
Take a bite of an apple.
That's very...
Suppress it. Push that down.
Would you like a bite of this apple? That's beautiful.
Isn't that
is
amazing?
absolutely what people should be doing.
For no reason.
Beautiful.
They have no fucking stake in it. It's just like such a good thing to do.
It's somebody within that club or within that system over there, it realizes this gets all this attention, and for what? Aside from the joy of this sport, which God bless that. Yeah. But what else could we be actually doing?
Totally.
Here?
It's
That's
incredible.
Beautiful.
It's incredible.
Arrivederci, Roma.
Actually, and you know, the fall line.
Buonasera, Roma.
Oh. The fall line on Instagram, their Instagram account, is a lot of those missing people too, and it's a lot of missing people that are marginalized in the community. So their missing person information isn't as widespread as it would be for someone, say, who's white. So it's really, so the fall line follow them too,
because everyone knows this, especially people that follow true crime. But God, the media has taught us that the most important missing person is a blonde teenage girl over the years. Yeah. We have been indoctrinated into believing that. And it's really beautiful when we can start changing that narrative any way anyone can. The Fall Line's been working on that so hard. I wanted to read this tweet because this girl sent this. So as we talked about last week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God, was that last week? Fuck. The Murder Squad got their first cold case solved.
Amazing.
Very exciting. You can go listen to that episode now. So there was a lot of online action about that. So I'm trying to talk and read Twitter
at the same time. Did you see it's in Rolling Stone?
That they did that?
They did a little article in Rolling Stone.
I didn't know that.
Paul Holes and Billy Jensen talking.
Oh, hell yeah. And they got all their pictures ready of like them sitting really moodily on the side of a desk.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So everyone's all excited for the Murder Squad's solve. And then listener named Shelby wrote in. Shelby. The Exactly Right Network podcast, The Fall Line, led former prosecutor Laura Coates to bring the case of the Millbrook twins to Oxygen to help investigate their disappearance. The true power of podcasting.
That's fucking right.
So I thought that was super cool that she basically is like saw the other heat and was like, can we actually turn this back a little bit to The Fall Line? Because those guys,
100%,
you know, they're doing amazing work they're very under the radar about it. They just do it and they're getting it done, and it's so
not
exciting.
Like Paul and Billy who have to be like, oh, where's Rolling Stone? Look it over here.
Can I admit something to you?
Always.
Here's this is Dirty Secret Corner.
Let me hear it.
I never watched, listened to, or participated in any way in Dirty John. Never once. And so all these conversations that this happens sometimes where I really take a step back from just getting into true crime. Because there's now, as everybody knows,
you have to be
so
up to date on everything.
Yes. And people want to talk about all of it. And we do too. But like sometimes I'm just like, I can't watch another story like this.
I'm so behind on the podcast, like all the new cool podcasts that are coming out of true crime. I'm so behind on it.
Yeah. I've been up on them lately, and god damn, there's some great ones. There's some ones that are like, it's so, I'm telling you, Murder in Oregon is a humongous accomplishment.
That's the one I did listen to, and I loved it.
Oh man, it's so good. And it kind of is like, it's about the power of the press and how we really do need to protect journalists, and the people that are really doing, the journalists and the media that are doing the good jobs are sometimes the only people holding anyone's feet to the fire ethically.
Definitely.
And it's so important and crucial, especially in this day and age. So I basically just binged Dirty John, the TV show. For 2 days. Basically, I just kind of like my 4 a.m. thing where I can't stop getting up at 4 a.m. and being fully awake.
No.
So I'm just like, I just stayed up all night and watched that show.
God.
Which that show is, now I understand what you mean. It's so infuriating.
I only listened to like 2 episodes. Yeah. Because I just couldn't get through it.
It's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating and infuriating. And it reminds me of my mom. And I couldn't get, and it reminds me of everyone I fucking grew up with in Orange County. I just can't get through it.
It's tough because this woman is a victim, and that is a great story to tell, because people getting their lives overtaken by psychopaths.
Totally.
And the way those people will stop at nothing to like end thing, and the total lack of logic for these people and how they do things. But the way it was like nothing's a big deal. Nothing registers. And so these poor children that are being affected by that. Yeah. I could see it all. Like, it was very emotional and it was very difficult, where just like these girls, it didn't matter what they said, and how difficult that is for like kids who grew up in family situations where they didn't get hurt a lot and they didn't get their time and people didn't pay attention. Yeah. Man, that was difficult.
I'll tell you, watching your parents date is something that I don't fucking wish on anyone. Ugh. It really sucks. It just is like, it's so ugly.
Yeah, I bet. I never had to deal with it. Yeah. So but I can only imagine. It's the vulnerability of that, and like
strangers, and
and you have to be vulnerable to get into that shit, and you have to trust people. Yeah. And that's like big thing for me lately. It's just like
trust anyone. Trust
issues are so deep, and they're so fucking like, when you get that alarm set off with a trust issue, it like, personally, it's like, it rocks your world. Yeah. It's just like your bell gets rung and you just don't know.
And you'll never again in the same way, unless you act totally vulnerable. But it's like, well, what if you're right? And what if you're just ignoring fucking red flags?
Yes, I know. But at the same time, you have to do it. You have to trust, and you have to be open. And it's just like this whole study of it was it was difficult, but God damn it. God bless Connie Britton. What a fucking, she's unbelievably great actress.
She's incredible.
So watchable.
Can I say what I binged this weekend that I had no fucking clue about?
Please?
I didn't know anything about it before. The Watchmen, or just Watchmen.
Watchmen, yes.
Did you watch it on HBO?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
The best, right?
It was like made for me. I love it so much.
Fucking Regina King. She has been putting in her work day after day, year after year, for so long, and killing it. And now she's like, it's so exciting to watch a person who's always been so great continue this rise, just like fucking just continue to rise and rise. And then she is the heart and soul of that series, and it was so good.
I'm not done with it yet, so don't tell me.
Okay. I don't think I could. It's so like, I read Watchmen and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, we tried to watch the movie and it was terrible.
I like the movie, but it is that thing of, I get very defensive about comic books because I'm like, I don't get symbolism. You know what I mean? Like, I immediately am like, I don't know about Greek mythology, and I bail.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I just have to. Did you know Brene Brown is coming out with her own podcast?
Yes, it's new. I think it's out.
It's not. There's a trailer out.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like, we can all go run and subscribe.
Yeah.
It's called Unlocking Us.
Yeah.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Unlock
Renee,
us.
we're
Help
here.
us. We need you.
We're here for you.
Get out here. But it's already it's number one, I think.
It is number one. I saw it. That's why I thought it was out. It's number one already.
The trailer is number one.
Hell yeah.
That's how it's so exciting to welcome Brene Brown to the podcasting community.
Amen.
We're here with our tray of cold cuts saying, welcome to the church hall.
I've made a crudité platter.
We're so excited to see you.
Yeah.
And cannot wait to hear. I don't give a shit if she's just reading off a list of things in her kitchen.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah. It'll be beautiful and helpful. It'll help everyone.
So excited.
Those kitchen items. Am I first?
You're first.
Okay.
Right, Steven? I saw your notes. I read your notebook earlier.
You did?
My secret diary.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there, and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day, and I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Goodbye.
Okay. Well, speaking of alcoholism, but first, speaking of the fact that we asked everyone to send us suggestions of murders that we should cover.
Sure.
That was the best fucking idea we've ever had.
I mean, it only took us 4 years.
Yeah. What a great idea.
Solicit.
It ended up being great for me because I found this murder that I had never heard of, would have never probably found if Jeannie G hadn't emailed it to us.
Jeannie G!
Jeannie G! Thank you. She also sent us a hilarious photo of a guy on the leg thigh push machine. What's it called?
I think leg press.
Leg press. Who had chicken feet socks on.
I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen, I think you sent it to us.
Oh, good.
No.
Maybe you just saw it.
Someone
sent it to you.
texted it to me, and it was a delight.
Go find it, everyone. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So this is the Blackout murders.
Okay.
Any idea yet? Because I feel like you might...
Texas?
No. You might know it because of the time period. You were...
The 70s?
An adult. No.
Oh.
All right.
What if I guess the whole story?
Keep
Can
going.
I just keep guessing?
Keep going.
What did it take place in Dubuque?
No. Okay. So I got info from the New York Times article from 1994 by Joseph Berger, a New York Magazine article by Suzanne O'Malley. And actually, I looked her up, and she's this like, really fucking incredible journalist and author. And she was a crime journalist, and she's the one who discovered the false testimony during the Andrea Yates trial, which led to the reversal of her conviction. Remember that?
Remind me. Is she the one that drowned the kids?
Andrea Yates is the one who drowned all 5 of her kids.
Okay.
And one of the prosecution's arguments was that it was premeditated because she had seen a Law and Order episode about it.
Okay.
And then this fucking chick, Suzanne O'Malley, figured it out after she had been convicted that the date that came out was after the trial.
Ew, chills. Ew.
Right?
Ew.
So she got a retrial, and this time she was declared insane and sent to the mental hospital where she belongs.
Yes.
So that's pretty incredible.
Congratulations, Suzanne O'Malley. You're
good eye.
You're
good
an American
eye,
hero.
That's right.
You're a Law and Order American hero.
And she also wrote the 1995 what's it called? A Law and Order episode about this case called Privileged.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, she's very...
She went on to work on Law and Order after discovering this thing on Law and Order?
She just wrote some episodes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, incredible, right?
I wonder if she was sitting... Now, I'm just saying.
Okay.
2 situations. 1, she got herself into that situation, and that earned her a job on Law and Order. 2, she already worked on Law and Order, had a encyclopedic knowledge, and then went, hold on, that's not... That timeline's
because there was no like sitting in the courtroom Googling like IMDb. There was no such thing as that.
Not in 94.
No.
Okay.
And then also I listened to an episode of Once Upon a Crime about this. So.
Okay.
Blackout murders. I'm starting here. I'm starting in the spring of 1990.
Great.
Okay. 23-year-old Paul Cox realizes after yet another alcohol-induced blackout that he has a fucking drinking problem. And his girlfriend's like, you gotta go to AA. So he goes. Up until that point, Paul had a troubled life, even though he had all these fucking advantages. He grew up in the town of Larchmont, which is an affluent suburb of New York in Westchester County, which we all know is fucking bougie as shit.
It's bougie here in LA, Larchmont neighborhood.
That's right.
That's like where all the assholes go to pretend to eat pizza.
That's right. Village Pizzeria.
I just blew up Larchmont. They'll never have me back.
So this is a total waspy town, and Paul Cox himself is like a waspy, good-looking young man, born in 1967. He's the 5th of 7 kids. And you know when rich people have kids, it's to show off how much money they have.
Sure.
Right?
Everyone gets a horse.
So it's a prominent family in the community. His distinguished in the community. His father is a vice president of Chase Manhattan Bank.
Ooh.
So come on.
Ooh.
Yeah. Privilege.
They actually have a bowl of cash that's just sitting on their coffee table. You can just take a 5 or a 10.
Right. So nothing's wrong with privilege. It's just like, take advantage of it, you guys. What? Don't do that.
What a refreshing stance in 2020. There's nothing wrong with privilege.
Edit that out immediately.
Do not.
What I meant was do good with it.
I think the name of this episode is There's Nothing Wrong with Privilege.
I meant do good things with it. Be a good person and add to your community.
Oh, it's the cancellation trumpets. They're coming for us.
Am I going to get canceled?
This is the final one. This is our final cancellation call.
Do good things with your privilege. No, stop blowing that goddamn horn of shame.
Do good things with your privilege.
Yes.
Please. is the
Take
message.
advantage of it and do good things with your privilege.
The taking advantage is already happening. That's built into privilege.
Okay. So as a young kid, he got into trouble like in first grade for stealing money from his parents. Then he started stealing money from other kids in the class. He had failing grades, which was later determined because it was due to a learning disability, which wasn't, known at the time.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They didn't check for that shit back then.
No, they were just like, please read faster. We don't care if the letters are all backwards and jumbled up for
That's
you.
right. After a failed suicide attempt, after being sent to a private high school, Paul sees a psychiatrist who says that he had matricidal and patricidal tendencies, which means you want to kill your mom and your dad. Mm-hmm. He eventually graduates high school, but had dropped out of the private college his dad had pulled strings to get him into. He quits the Air Force 2 weeks in. He's like, oh, this sucks, by saying,
oh, this is hard.
Yeah, this is not fun.
Or military.
That's right. This is not taking advantage of my privilege.
No.
He lies on a psychological evaluation to get out. And he was more into drinking and partying than worrying about his future, as I feel like, the time and place, it's a pretty normal thing.
No judgments.
Yeah.
Especially, what's that, early 90s we're talking about? Yeah. That was kind of what everyone did.
Yeah.
Back then, there was no internet.
Yeah.
There was no Forever War. Everyone was chilling.
Yeah.
And listening to pretty good music and wearing their dad's cardigan.
That's right. So cut to 1990 when he enters AA and starts getting into the program and getting sober for the first time since I think even as a kid, he started drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after he gets sober, he starts to have these vivid, crazy dreams and flashbacks in which he kills his parents. They're super realistic and they freak him out, but obviously he didn't kill his parents. They're still alive. So while working on steps 4 and 5 of AA, which are you have to make a moral inventory of yourself and you have to admit to God, yourself, and to another human being your wrongdoings. Mm-hmm. So during those steps, he tells his girlfriend that he needs to tell her something.
Oh.
He's crying, he's distraught, and he tells her that he thought he had actually killed someone during a blackout years before. He doesn't think it's just a dream.
Oh.
And he's just now remembering the details.
See, this is hard.
I want to ask you about, do you remember blackouts at some point? Did they come back to you?
I would.
Really?
Yes. There are lots of memories that I have where I drank till I didn't know what was going on. But then the next day, it would be my brain would go, hey, do you want to see a Polaroid really quick? And there's a couple where there's one I have that's the most humiliating where I'm in a blackout and then the next thing I know is I'm trying to kiss someone and they're moving away with a kind of horrified look on their face. Oh. But the next day I remember waking up and just having a bad feeling like I did something.
Went wrong. Yeah,
and then around 4 p.m. after 4 bagels and watching TV for 6 hours, a quick Polaroid comes up of this guy basically kind of backing up. Oh. And I didn't know until that point. And then I'm like, oh no. And it was that kind of thing where it's if my brain wanted to serve it up, it would let me know what I did. But other than that, it was, so I also know the reason this part of the story is giving me the super sweats.
Sorry.
No, I mean, but it's that thing. If you check out, you still are doing things.
Right.
And that's
scary.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's totally scary.
Yeah. And you're not making decisions anymore. No. Your subconscious is.
And you're leaving yourself up to the protection of the universe.
Right.
It's so goddamn dangerous for personal safety.
That's right.
I don't know how I did. I like to thank my friend Dave Messmer because oftentimes he was the person that was loading me into a car or loading me over here, loading me over there. That thing where someone's so drunk they can't walk, but they're still fucking walking. Yeah. So you have to kind of run around near them.
Guys,
come on.
Keep an eye on your drunk friends.
Come on, everybody.
Please make sure that they get home safely. Okay, so let's get back to the shit.
Yeah.
So he's distraught and he tells his girlfriend that he thought he had killed someone during a blackout. He's just now remembering it. His girlfriend's like, no frickin' way. I know you better than anyone. You would have never done that. And she tells him to go talk to his sponsor. So, which of course is someone in AA who's been through the program longer than you, who can help guide you through it, essentially. So Paul tells his sponsor the same thing. He wasn't certain he had committed the murders. And, his sponsor was talk to to a lawyer. And the lawyer, who was also in the program, advised Paul to fucking shut the fuck up, stop talking about it, continue staying sober, and go to a therapist.
Yeah.
Basically, he was like, stop talking about it, because he kept giving more and more details.
Really?
Yeah, like he started to believe it.
Okay.
But Paul couldn't stop remembering details, and he couldn't stop talking about it. So for 2 years, he told at least 7 people in Alcoholics Anonymous about the vivid memories that were coming back to him. Oh, no. No one said a thing. So, okay, basically in 1993, this woman wants to move into his apartment with the other roommates in the program. And he's like, okay, you can move in, but I have to tell you something first. I have nightmares and sometimes wake up screaming because I think I might have killed someone back when I had a blackout, but I don't remember fully what happened.
See, now I'm on his lawyer's side. That's just like, why would you be telling people that?
Yeah.
If you don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All of it. She moves in anyways.
Okay.
You know, to each his own, etc. So Mrs. H, she's known by Mrs. H. She decides to move in anyways, but after a couple months, she has to move out for health reasons. And finally, in January 1993, after 2 years since he first started telling people about his flashbacks, she finally tells her therapist about it. Miss H does. And she's like, yeah, you got to go to the police about this. So after telling as many as 7 people in AA about these flashbacks that he started to think were real, who, because of the anonymous nature of the program, Alcoholics Anonymous, kept the info to themselves.
We had a friend who joined AA and used to come home and tell us every person that was at the meeting, all famous people, constantly. And so my friend Laura called it, he's going to A, because there was no anonymous. And she just like, he's going to his A meeting.
Oh my God.
I always felt very guilty because I knew deep down I was going to end up there soon.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, yeah, I hope no one tells all of my fucking secrets.
Shit.
But that's very Hollywood, because it was always just celebrity.
Of course.
You know, whatever.
So finally, Paul's story comes out to police. This is the story. In 1988, when Paul was just 21 years old, he was enrolled at Belmont Abbey College in Belmont, North Carolina. And he had just learned that he was flunking out on all of his classes.
Been there.
Yeah. When he had to go home for the holidays. So, it's December 30th. He'd been drinking heavily all day and a night with his friends. They're at a local bar at that night, and they're drinking tons of beer and kamikazes, which is a fucking mistake, let me tell you. What are kamikazes? It's vodka.
I just got acid reflux hearing the word kamikaze. I haven't heard that drink name in so long. Those are the ones that are like, it's the bunch of liquor mixed together, and it's a little shot that's kind of sweet.
It's orangey.
It is
yellowy.
like, what the fuck's in there? Vodka, Midori, and vodka and some kind of orange liqueur.
The kamikaze is made of equal parts vodka, triple sec, and lime juice.
No. You guys,
Yikes.
stop consuming so much sugar in your drinks. Don't do that.
Oof.
It's going to make you even...
It makes you so much more hungover.
Yeah.
It's like adds to the pain. But also it just like, it makes it go down easier in the front. It's
Yeah.
all part of the bad decision making.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, I guess I'll have, you know what, just put 4 sugar cubes in a shot of Bailey's Irish cream.
Oh, no. So they're fucking absolutely shit-faced.
Yeah.
And eventually, because he's drunk, he gets into his car. It's his mom's borrowed car to drive his friends home.
Oof.
Yeah. Since he was drunk driving, he misses a sharp turn and crashes into a guardrail.
Okay.
And the car won't start back up again. So they all get out of the car, and the friends are like, we're walking back to the bar. Fuck this. And he's like, I'm just going to walk in the opposite direction home. So he leaves the car there. And what happens next, he says, he has no memory of it until he began to get sober.
Oh.
So instead of walking to his family home, Paul goes to the home he had lived in until he was 7 years old.
Oof.
So that was the first 7 years of his life. Obviously. Why did I say that?
Just so everyone's sure.
Does everyone know math?
If you're 7, that means you've lived 7 years.
Okay. Which his family had sold in 1974. So the home had been bought and was still inhabited by Dr. Lakshman Rao Shervu, who's 58, and his wife, Dr. Shanta Shervu, she's 51. The Shervus are a well-liked and respected family. They had left Bombay, India in 1968, with just the shirts on their back, in order to start a new life in LA. Nope. In order to start a new life in the U.S., Eventually, Mr. Chervu was able to get his PhD in nuclear chemistry.
Ugh.
He lands sorry, let me say that again. Eventually, Mr. Chervu is able to use his PhD in nuclear chemistry to get a job as a professor of nuclear medicine at Einstein Montefiore Hospital. Like big time.
Yes.
Big time smart people.
Yeah.
And in 1974, the family is able to buy the Cox's house in the upscale town of Larchmont, New York, where they had been living. So they had 2 children, and while she raised them, Mrs. Dr. Chervu, is that right? Worked as a lab technician.
Well, she's a doctor too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just Dr. Chervu.
I just want to make it clear that I'm talking about her. And
Doctorette.
I almost said, got it. Cancel.
I have to say this right now. The pressure building in me of what the story is about to be about the Chervus is so upsetting to me.
You're right.
It's so upsetting to me, and it's awful.
Let's blame Jeannie G.
Oh, yeah.
This is your fault.
Okay.
No, it's awful. It's terrible.
So bad.
It's insane. Mm-hmm. They had 2 kids, and while she raised them, Shanta worked as a lab technician. She later goes back to school for her MBA, and in her fucking 40s, she went to medical school in order to reach her lifelong goal of becoming a doctor. Oh. So these are hard-working, intelligent people
that are giving back to the community and important members.
They are using their privilege.
They're using their privilege for good.
That's right. And at the time, she was a resident in geriatrics. Mm-hmm. So they put their children through Princeton. They supported family members back home in India, and they helped 8 of their siblings immigrate to the U.S. And they were hardworking, intelligent, reliable people, which is why on January 2nd, 1989, after no one in their life had heard from the couple, a family member goes to the house to check on them. And when they go around to the back of the house, they see that one of the panes of glass in the back door has been broken out. And so the family member, there's no cell phones, remember, and he doesn't want to go in and contaminate the crime scene, gets in his car, drives to the police station, and makes them come back with him.
Wow.
Yeah. So when the police arrive, they go to the master bedroom and they find what they described as a war zone. It's awful. There's blood spattered on the vaulted ceilings, which is crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
And on the walls and on the floors. It's horrible. And the bodies of the 2 doctors are lying on their bed, Rao's still under the covers, and Shanta across the bed with her head on his arm. Shanta had been stabbed 9 times. Rao had been stabbed 15 times to their faces, to their bodies, and both of their throats had then been slashed.
Oh my God.
It's just horrifying.
Oh my God.
There's no sexual assault. There's no robbery. There's no murder weapon found. There's a handprint or a palm print found at the scene on the pillow, but they didn't match the more than 60 prints investigators compared them to. Investigators were like, well, you know what probably happened is 2 hired Indian assassins as part of a vendetta had killed the Chervus and then fled the country. That's what their conclusion was when they couldn't figure out who it was.
Yeah. Not seeing it.
No. That, of course, upset the Chervu family because they felt like their immigrant status made it so that their case wasn't being taken seriously. And
and also just how convenient. You make up the most convenient story and then go, well, that's probably what happened.
Right. With no evidence that that's the case.
Okay. So then I guess you can close it because the people from India were killed by people from India who left and went back to India.
Stuff like that doesn't happen here. So it must have been outsiders, that thinking. So for over 4 years, there's no suspects in the murders of the doctors. Back to Miss H telling the police the story that Paul had told her, including the fact that he said he did it because he had a blackout and had a flashback of abuse and thought he was killing his parents. So he went back to his childhood home, which they don't talk about, but you and I, this is an opinion podcast, can fucking speculate as to what happened and, the abuse that he must have been suffering.
To want to kill his parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
She tells them that he had told other AA members as well. And so they bring all those AA members in and they're like, why didn't you tell us? What's wrong with you? The Chervu family is...
But you wouldn't. If it's a person... Yeah, because it's not proven. It's a person saying, I'm afraid I did this thing. Yeah. Which is as real as it is not real.
Right.
And it's not on those people who are listening to a person kind of dump however many years of drug abuse and confusion. You wouldn't go, oh, I'm going to take this fear you have and go report you
but the more details he starts to, over the 2 years, the more details he starts to come out. And then he says, because he knows that this is in his town, so he knows about these murders.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, because it's his old house. It was on the news the next morning.
Yeah, that's... the more detail that comes out, then the more it turns to not... Yeah, that you have to do something.
Yeah, so he thought he was killing his parents. When he sees the news the next morning, he realizes what happened. Ugh. So the Cherveux family is super pissed that so many people knew who murdered their parents for 2 years, but hadn't come forward while they suffered. So the now 25-year-old Paul Cox, he's a carpenter at this point. He's arrested on May 20th, 1993. And in addition to the statements of AA members, the police had a matching palm print of Cox's from the scene.
Right.
So Paul claims that he had woken up the next morning after the murders. He said he was covered in blood. He didn't know what was going on. He had the kitchen knife that he had taken from the kitchen, the Cherveux's kitchen, after he had broken in, but he didn't remember anything from the night before. And so here's a little detail I saw. Either he or his mother incinerated his bloody clothes.
Oh.
Yeah. Initially, he was saying that his mom took the clothes and just incinerated them.
Yeah.
So she must have had a fucking clue, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, you don't burn clothes. No one burns clothes anymore. It's not,
right.
The 10s.
No.
1910s, not the 2010s.
And then Paul took the knife and he throws it in a nearby lake.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So he must have,
so he knew more than he yeah.
I think he knew. He later saw the news report about the murder of the Cherveux, and he tells people later that he went back to the house to try to clean any fingerprints. So at that point,
he went back to his old childhood home where he broke in and, now this changes everything.
Right?
Yeah. Well, that's what's interesting. Telling the story from his perspective, I have so much empathy for a person who is like that.
Yeah.
Now that we are hearing it from the Cherveux perspective, which is these are two innocent people living a great life in a house they happen to buy.
Yeah.
And a monster breaks in the middle of the night and murders them in cold fucking blood.
But it's hard for me to be like, well, he might still have been blacked out, but he could, I'm not fucking I don't think that's an excuse at all.
No.
It's just, but as soon as he knew, I mean, what is he gonna,
It's just weird. It's like, that he has a reason, but it's certainly no excuse.
No.
And it's not a vague concept. Now that we know that he knew the news story, that's not a vague concept. He knew exactly what he did and he just didn't know it. He wasn't positive because he didn't have the exact memory,
right? But
he can put two and two together.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, what would you would you turn yourself in?
Yes, fuck yes. Yeah. You did the bad thing. Sorry. Yeah. That's part of what being an alcoholic and being a blackout drunk, knowing that you can fuck up like that. The second you even begin to put that together, at least come forward and say, this could be me.
Yeah.
You might want to check some prints of mine. I mean, that's what he should have done.
Totally. So he claimed he didn't remember the killings until after he sobered up in 1990, and that at the time he thought he was killing his parents. So the state charges Paul Cox with 4 counts of murder, 2 for intentional murder, and 2 for depraved indifference murder.
Shit.
Cox's attorney decides to go with the defense of not guilty by reason of insanity. Saying Paul was in a psychotic state when he killed the couple. The psychiatrist for the defense said Paul had snapped after a lifetime of being pushed to succeed and having been emotionally neglected by his mother and father, and from the humiliating way they handled his chronic boyhood bedwetting. So, and had during a blackout killed them, essentially, so he thought. I just wonder, there had to be more than that, right? Like the abuse he's wetting his bed. That's always a sign of sexual abuse.
I mean, perhaps.
Yeah.
But even then, you can't kill your parents. You can't. There's so many people that don't kill their abusers. Like there has to be a line drawn where no matter what your reasons are, they're not justifiable reasons. I think.
Yeah. And so he says, the psychiatrist says it's almost as if he were going back in time and eliminating the people he sought to blame for all his problems back when he was 7 years old. So when the 7 AA members are subpoenaed to testify against Paul, they're like, well, what the fuck? They claim their statements should be considered as privileged, just like clergy, attorneys, and psychiatrists. They're bound by AA principles of confidentiality, which I've been to AA and NA meetings for some time, on and off. I would never think that it's confidential.
No. I mean, confidential between two people, but not legally binding confidentiality. No.
I would never assume that.
No.
But the judge...
And they're not clergy people. They're not...
Well,
it's not the
because
same.
it's a spirit... They say because it's a spiritual... What's it called?
Element?
Yeah. Or like it's spiritually grounded.
I mean, sure. Up until a point, and I think that point is murder.
Right.
I think.
I agree. So the judge is like, no way, dude, and rules that the...
Oh, the judge agrees.
Yeah, thank God. And rules that the state law does not extend privilege to self-help groups, which is essentially what it is. All 7 AA members are ordered to testify, but they let them just use like Miss H and like let them use not full names, and their photos are forbidden to be taken. Mm-hmm. The first trial ends on June 28th in a mistrial after this one fucking juror who sounds like everyone's worst nightmare, would not accept the other 11 jurors' conclusion that Paul Cox was not temporarily insane when he killed the Chervus. Then she had doubts that Paul had even committed the murders, even though the defense admitted that he had.
Oh.
So she just like was not.
She wasn't accepting the facts that were being presented to her. She was going off on her own.
She would not get on the carousel and take a ride with them. So
the carousel of facts.
Right. It's real fun. You should try it sometime.
Get on there.
So they declare a mistrial. So Paul Cox went to his second trial. And by the way, he had already been bailed out by his parents for like $200,000 and was home on house arrest, which is what privilege gets you.
Wow.
Yeah.
The parents knowing
that they wanted. Doesn't that be the creepiest part?
I mean, yeah.
Come on home.
Whew. Lot going on here.
Yeah. So he goes to a second trial in December of 1994. And one difference is that that Paul decides to testify in his trial. He tries to get the jury's sympathy by telling of all the abuse he suffered, such as I'm not kidding with this. They gave him gross sandwiches in his school lunch. His parents sometimes missed his sports games. His siblings didn't wish him a happy birthday, and the gold stars he would get if he didn't wet his bed. So he says that's how he was.
What about those gold stars? He didn't get them. They weren't big enough. What's the problem?
Just the gold stars showing that he would wet his bed in general, or not. You look mad.
I'm livid. I feel tricked that I empathized with him in the beginning.
After deliberating for 8 days, the jury rejected the insanity defense, but they also rejected the prosecution's request of a verdict of murder, and they found that he committed the murders under extreme emotional disturbance and found him guilty of 2 counts of manslaughter in the first degree. So now 27 years old, Paul Cox is sentenced to 2 8.5 to 25-year sentences to be served consecutively. So the convictions are appealed because the AA members, it's more of the clergy convent privilege saying that it was a religion. So they're trying to overturn his whole appeal based on the AA being privileged information.
Okay.
Westchester County DA Janine Pirro's like, hell no.
Oh, Janine Pirro. Yeah. We know her from Fox News.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a judge and that appears a lot on Fox News and
did I not know that?
She's been arrested for speeding at like 130 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
Among other things. Look up.
Wow.
Look it up for yourself. She might be your hero.
Well, she takes this to the Court of Appeals and they agree with her and said that when he talked to AA members about the crime, he was just unburdening himself and seeking empathy and guidance, not a spiritual, revelation.
No.
But you can't find anything online. All I could find was he was released in March of 2015. Mm-hmm. He said at the trial or his sentencing, "I'm profoundly sorry for this tragedy to the Chervu family as well as my own family. I was very sick at the time of these actions and I will regret them for the rest of my life."
Yeah, I bet.
And that is the Blackout murders.
Wow. That's a real emotional and moral quandary there.
Totally.
There's a lot going on, but you can't, I feel like once you start hearing about there were actual victims, this was a real murder, this was not a blackout concept.
Yeah. And people in town sided with him and his family being like, it could have been any of our kids that did that. But it's like, can we talk about this fucking innocent couple who were sleeping and happened to buy the house? It's just.
Well, maybe that's true that it could have been any of their kids that did it. But that what they're saying is any of our kids could be a murderer. So once your kid is a murderer, you have to go from there.
Yeah.
Once that is the thing that gets done, it's not a concept, and the goal should not be to figure out how it's okay that they did that.
Right, how to get them out of trouble.
The goal should be, you fucking did it. You took human lives. That matters. Let's please have this matter in a real way.
Yeah, let's get justice for the Sherwood family.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this I was thinking when you were talking about the part of it being a psychotic episode, but there is a logic to him going to his childhood home that I feel like if I was a lawyer, and let's hope I'm not.
You might be.
That would actually indicate logical thinking. And
see, to me, it's the opposite, because he went to a home that he hadn't lived in for, 13 years.
Right.
And killed his parents, even though they hadn't lived there for 13 years. Like, that's how deeply ingrained his pain and his, his
Sure, but he didn't just walk and go into a random home. That's my thing, is that I feel like if you were in a psychotic state, he would be walking and then kill the first two man and woman adult couple that he finds.
But he didn't want to kill people. He wanted to kill his parents.
Right. So therefore, he does the thing of going to back where he thinks his parents are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you could argue it both sides for the exact same fact.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it as, it seems like that's actually a planned thing. And therefore, whether there literally are his parents, that is premeditated murder.
Yeah.
So even, it doesn't make it better that is his parents or is not his parents.
Yeah.
It's an act of premeditated murder within a alcoholic blackout.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Crazy.
Fuck, that's a nuts story.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
I hadn't either.
I was hoping the whole time you were going to tell me it wasn't real and that he somehow finds the real killer or something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's certainly not your fault,
That's
Georgia.
not it. Shit. Yeah, that's a touchy one. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Great.
For real.
I mean.
Oh, thank you.
Great terribleness. Shit.
Thank you. The Hulu original series Furious is coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus on July 27th.
From Liz Merriweather, the Emmy-nominated executive producer of Dying for Sex and The Dropout, comes a gripping psychological thriller.
Starring Emmy Rossum, Furious follows Alice Black, a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
It's Alice's first case on the job, and she's already bitten off more than she can chew.
While Alice believes justice is achieved through law enforcement, Catherine has lost all faith in the legal system.
She's taken it upon herself to terrorize the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
As Alice and Catherine's twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds, the lines between good and evil and right and wrong begin to blur.
With shocking crimes, tangled relationships, and secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious on July 27th.
Streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye. There are some questions humanity may never be able to answer, like, what's the meaning of life?
Or even worse, what do I make for dinner?
Luckily, Hungry Root has one of those covered.
Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped in one. They'll take care of the weekly grocery shopping and recommend groceries and meals tailored to you.
Imagine a world where shopping, planning, and cooking food is simple and stress-free. That's a reality with Hungry Root.
Once you tell them about your goals and preferences, they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And those recommendations get smarter as Hungry Root learns more about what you did or didn't like.
Most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less.
I complain about dinner and cooking and that kind of stuff constantly. And Hungry Root provides exactly the thing I'm complaining about's solution. Like, they make a zesty chicken avocado sweet potato bowl that is exactly what I want at the end of the day, but would never, ever take the time to make. And with Hungry Root, it's just right there. It's waiting for you.
For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life.
Go to hungryroot.com/MFM and use code MFM.
That's hungryroot.com/MFM, code MFM, to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life.
Goodbye.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook or just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about.
It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Book Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now.
If you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
Are you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
To move right along.
Let's move in. Let's settle into this one.
I also took a request from a listener. This is fun. And this one I liked because I feel like it goes along. You do these sometimes and I find them so delightful. I like to put it in the file of outrageous criminals. So it's a little bit lighter and a tiny bit less bad. This is the story of Scott Scurlock, the Hollywood Bandit.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know it yet.
Okay. So I'm going to tell it to you.
Do it.
This was suggested by a listener, and their Twitter handle is at doc__. Lower bar.
Are you saying
small line?
What's it called?
Way at the bottom.
What's it called? Underscore Steven. Steven the millennial.
It's at doc_honeybear.
Okay.
And they're the ones that suggested this one. Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you for thinking of us. So I got this from Wikipedia, of course. Please give $5 if you can. An article from hubpages.com, which I don't think I've ever seen before. It's a really good article called William Scott Turlock, the Hollywood Bank Robber and the End of the Dream. Ooh. And that's written by a writer named Westman Todd Shaw. Then there's an article on historylink.org written by Daryl C. McClary. And also some information was taken from an article found on the Washington Secretary of State's blog called From Our Corner.
Oh, wow. Is there a muffin recipe?
Oh, my God. Please take that out. The state secretary of Washington is a woman named Kim Wyman.
Okay.
Apparently she fucking blogs.
Love it. Good for her.
Feelings, dreams.
Yeah. Challenges.
Albums she's listening to these days.
5-day challenge.
And then... And then also just remember this crazy crime.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Scott Scurlock, who is the Hollywood Bandit. He was born on March 5th, 1955 in Fairfax County, Virginia. His father was a Baptist minister. His mother was an elementary school teacher. He has 3 sisters. But as opposed to like the usual typical Hollywood thing of like the minister is all strict and, you know, whatever. In fact, it was the opposite. His parents were very permissive and Scott basically did whatever he wanted. He was also charming, charismatic, and manipulative. And as he got older, he started looking like Mel Gibson.
Oh, shit.
So he was actually becoming a human monster, in that he clearly did what he wanted and used his kind of like manipulative charm to get his way.
Part of it.
I mean, experienced it firsthand. So, and actually looking at pictures, he, to me, looks less like Mel Gibson and more like the sheriff from Jaws. What's that actor's name? Roy Scheider. Roy Scheider.
You burped that one out. That was amazing to watch that.
I barfed it up from my internal guts. Please watch Jaws. Rewatch Jaws if you haven't watched it in a while. It's opposed to this sack I'm carrying outside my body. Filled with bile. So in 1974, he's 19 years old and he decides to move to Hawaii because his friend, Kevin Myers, is going to the University of Hawaii. So he's like, I'm going to go chill out there.
Great.
So Kevin then flunks out of the University of Hawaii. And so the two of them go to Plan B, working on a tomato farm on Oahu.
Great.
Right? Everyone's Plan B in 1976. So they do that for a little while, like a year and a half. And then one day they're on a hike, and this is in 1976. And they walk across some of the neighbors' land, and they happen upon a bunch of pot plants.
All right.
And they see they take it as a sign that it's time to enact Plan C, which is stealing all these pot plants, selling pot, and making a profit off of it.
Steal drugs from drug dealers, guys.
Yeah. No, they're like, no, we're all about this. This is the life that we want to live. So Plan C seamlessly leads into Plan D, which is secretly growing pot plants on the tomato farm where they work.
Wow, that's complicated.
Right? But this is God's plan in action for them. They're just seeing it coming to them because they're like, things are kind of falling apart, and now we're basically helpers of a tomato farmer.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like, yeah. This song from The Little Mermaid plays.
And the pot gets its legs. And it marries
what do you
the
call
prince.
Them? Feet. The pot grows feet and holds up a fork and calls it a whatchamadoo and a dingly dong.
Oh.
So I laughed really hard when I was like, so they started growing pot plants on the tomato farm.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, remembering my cousin growing pot in her mother's field, pot plants grow very tall in the wild. She actually grew sunflowers plants around so she could hide the pot plants.
Smart. You're narking out your cousin right now.
Well, it's, fucking 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But so I started laughing because I was picturing tomato plants being low to the ground. So there's just like, it looks like Christmas trees. And then I looked it up online, and of course, tomato plants can grow very tall, and tomato plant leaves kind of look like pot leaves.
Okay.
So they blend real nice. I actually realized I was thinking of pumpkins. So anyhow,
my parents lived on a tomato farm.
For real?
Yeah, in Israel.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Did they work the farm?
Yeah, you had to. It was a moshav. So it's like a kibbutz where it's like the community has to.
It's like a moshav, so it's like a kibbutz. Oh.
Does that not make any sense to you? Sorry.
No, I love it.
It's basically like a community that all works together, and the money's all,
That's rad. Did they do that in the 60s and 70s?
70s, yeah.
Hell yes. Yeah. Was Janet's hair so long past her butt?
Not past her butt, but it was long. And my parents were so beautiful.
Yes. They're still beautiful.
Yeah,
they both are incredibly attractive people.
Thank you.
When I see pictures of your mom, I get low self-esteem. Because Janet's blowout is major.
Yeah.
She is perfectly put together.
Yeah.
She has, you're a beautiful group, you hard stars.
Thank you.
You are. Hot cousins.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to tell a fucking story. Hey. So eventually the farmer from the tomato farm, Old MacDonald will call it, he finds the pot plants and he gets rid of the two of them.
Okay.
So Scott decides it's time to move back to the mainland. So in 1978, he moves back to Olympia, Washington, and enrolls in school to become a doctor at Evergreen State College.
All right.
So suddenly out of the blue, he's decided, and maybe this is something he wanted to do before and he was just too hot and manipulative to do it or whatever.
Oh, he's a doctor.
A doctor.
Oh.
So he goes to school to be a doctor, and he's very good. He's very good in chemistry class. But his old easy money drug dealer life still calls to him.
Absolutely.
So he uses his chemistry skills in a visionary manner, Breaking Bad style, and starts cooking meth in the chem lab.
Wow. You can't do that.
Yeah, he can and did. And I wonder if he later wanted to. Oh, no, he wouldn't have, but he should have sued.
Okay.
So, I wonder if that's the Breaking Bad people who heard this story. But
yeah.
So essentially, he starts making fucking bank.
Oh my God.
Cooking and selling meth. And, of course, doing meth.
Yeah.
Because he is in med school. Right. So he's got to fucking get through. So he makes so much money selling meth that he is able to buy himself a 20-acre plot of land near Olympia that's really secluded that has a small house on it.
Wow.
And now just simultaneously and as like a footnote to this portion of the story, I want to remind anyone who has never seen, I believe it's the Oregonian newspaper from Portland. They have, it was from the early 2000s, I believe. That's when I first saw it, is their series Faces of Meth. Oh. When meth became such a huge problem
they
up there.
They started that?
No, I'm just saying that on this side, it's a guy that's like, yeah, let's get meth going.
Oh, that one.
And meth began to ravage the Pacific Northwest in such a serious way that they started showing the mugshots of people who were getting arrested for petty crimes and then went on meth. And the series of mugshots, that's one of the most upsetting and disturbing things where over a series of like 5 to 7 years, you watch a young person look like they're 75 years old because of this drug. This drug is the worst.
I still can't believe I got out of it without like meth teeth or like looking methed out.
You basically got like grazed by a semi instead of hit by a truck.
I dipped a 14-year-old toe in it and then got burned and stepped back.
Bless it.
Fucking God.
Blessed be.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I know, it's crazy.
It's thank God.
Yeah.
Because your skin would look so bad with that. We're the worst people. Okay, so, but I just bring that up because in this story, it goes on and he's kind of like this successful fucking meth maker and distributor and dealer.
Yeah.
And there is this other side to that where he's fucking living like a king because everybody fucking quote unquote loves meth.
It's getting sick and addicted.
They're so addicted. It's like meth is the one where it's like you do it once and you're done for.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's a scourge. Okay, so, but not on Scott's side of side of things. He makes so much money. He's got his plot of land and he uses the real house on the property to cook the meth in. Mm-hmm. And then he decides to build himself, and this is the methiest project of all time, a 3-story, 1,500 square foot tree house to live in.
Wow.
And this tree house spans 7 cedar trees, and it has running water. It has electricity. It has an outdoor bathtub. It has a zip line running from the house through the woods for quote unquote emergency escapes. And it has my favorite tree house amenity of all time, a large fireplace.
No! Don't do that.
You're on drugs!
Hello and welcome. You're on drugs.
You know what I need for my treehouse? A fireplace. A fireplace.
I want a log stack too, so I can get wood for the fire.
Yep. Can you go down and get me some wood and bring it back up into the treehouse so we can have a nice roaring fucking fire and do huge rails of meth mixed with baby laxative and fucking Clorox?
Oh my God.
Guys, calm down, Karen. So he brags to his buddies that he built the treehouse in 2 weeks.
Are you serious? If someone told me that, I'd be like, well, I'm never going up there. It should take longer.
Yeah, you should really go over. It actually turned out that the truth of it was it took him a couple months, but to him it felt like a couple weeks because he was on meth.
Yeah. Time flies when you're tweaked out as hell.
When you don't sleep and your eyes just stay open for 18 days in a row. He ends up hiring his friend Kevin's brother, Steve Myers, who was a very successful sculptor who's fallen on hard times and needs money. So he says, "Oh, I'll pay you to come and help me work on the treehouse." According to Steve, and this is a quote from Wikipedia, quote, "There was nothing in the house that was conscientiously designed, and that's very much what Scott was like." AKA
photos?
On meth.
Yeah.
Of this treehouse? I didn't see any.
It's the thing where you see the photos of like when spiders they give spiders certain drugs and then they show you what their web looks like.
Yes.
That's just makes me think of that.
Yes.
They give meth heads tools. And then it's
the big human spider web of a treehouse project gone
meth.
Long awry. Gone. It's like, can we get more fire elements into this treehouse? I don't know. Is this the candle room? We'll just have lit candles in here all the time. I mean, it's just a fucking nightmare. So he's living that treehouse life, right? He's just blazing off of all his drug money. He has, quote, this is my favorite piece of research, a free and open demeanor.
No shit. Oh, you're not going to be like conservative.
No, not on meth.
No.
You might have started conservative, but then slowly but surely your tie gets loose and you have a, quote, free and open demeanor. He walks around nude a lot. He travels a ton and he has lots of girlfriends. Which in my mind, when I read that, it was all happening at the airport at once. It was like, the fucking naked guy's here again. He's going to fucking Ibiza with 3 girls and he's nude.
Whoa.
He's nude at gate B. So he also becomes known for really, being a free spender, which is very nice of him. He actually, he's known around town for leaving waitresses like $1,000 tips. He makes so much money, he drops out of med school.
Sure.
No, Dr. Meth, come back. Please. You're
needed. This world needs you.
We need someone that can't stop talking here in the emergency room. Okay, so in 1989, Scott's main meth distributor gets murdered on the job.
Jesus.
This is not about that murder.
Okay.
And we don't know that person's name, but it scares Scott so badly that he stops cooking and selling meth entirely.
Sure.
Because he knows that he's been fucking around and and basically getting away with something.
Yeah.
Then he looks around and goes, oh shit, my treehouse has a fireplace. This is not a way any person should live. Just kidding. He never says that. He spends the next few years living off his remaining drug earnings. And then when that's gone, he starts digging up all the drugs he's sealed in plastic buckets and buried around his property.
No.
And starts selling that off.
He's like, I took a break and I'm back.
Yeah.
Baby.
But basically that was his nest egg. That was his 401k that he had buried in buckets around the property. So once.
Does meth stay fresh?
You tell me.
I don't know. There's never any left.
It can't. Yeah, exactly. That all happened in a 3-week period.
Right.
But basically the money starts to run out. He realizes he needs to come up with more money somehow. And that's when he comes up with Plan E. Yeah, we've gone to Plan E. He's walking away from this highly unethical life as a drug kingpin to follow what he's discovered now as his true passion, robbing banks.
Oh my God.
So, yes. He basically is like, I'm gonna get away from this meth life and I'm gonna do what I really want.
You know what feels safer and saner at this point?
You know what so he literally tells Steve Myers he's always dreamt of robbing banks and giving the money away Robin Hood style.
That's dumb.
And then Oprah comes in sideways from the side, dips in and goes, follow that dream, Scott. Do it.
Oprah told me.
Oprah, I hallucinated Oprah in front of the fireplace. So basically, this is a very positive way of saying he hit fucking rock bottom on meth.
Yeah.
And had no other alternatives or a place to go. So he calls up another old friend from college, a guy named Mark Biggins. And he had also hired Mark to work on the treehouse. Basically, he was this psychotic rich guy on meth who was like, my old broke friends, are you going through hard times? I'll pay you to come do drugs and like put up treehouse
construction.
New wings. Yeah, exactly.
Good on ya. Like, your friends need help, but then they become meth addicts.
It's very Winchester Mystery House on meth.
Yeah.
Is what in a tree, I'm saying it. Yeah. So basically he calls Mark. Mark again is having financial trouble. Scott uses this to convince him basically to rob a bank with him.
Okay.
Dude, fucking do it. Bros before hoes. Do it. And so then Mark was like, sure. So just before noon on June 25th, 1992, Scott and Mark walk into the Sea First Bank at 4112 East Madison Street in Olympia, Washington. Mm-hmm. Scott's wearing a fake nose and heavy theatrical makeup. Mark's wearing a Ronald Reagan mask.
I feel like rule 1 of robbing banks should be like, go to a different town.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Don't do your hometown bank.
That's right.
Because the getaway drive, you're like, around the corner trying to hide your car. I mean, like,
100%.
I think we're...
And Olympia is like a small town, kind of.
It's not a huge metropolis, that's for sure. So they get inside. They steal $19,971 in cash. They go outside. They successfully steal a car from one of the customers at the bank so it can't be traced to them. But Mark's the getaway driver and he kind of can't handle it. So he floods the engine on this car.
Come on!
Which means they stole a car old enough to be able to flood the engine.
But didn't they all do that in 92?
No, I don't think you can. I think they stole like an old fucking, like a Ford, like a Nova or something. That's a Chevy. But They stole some shitty old car. Then Mark immediately floods the engine. Like,
Mark
guns it, puts his foot all the way down on the gas. And then they're just like, dude.
Oh, no.
So they have to get out and run.
No.
Yes. So they fucking, they're chased by dogs on this run home.
No.
They have to cross a golf course that's busy, and a bunch of fucking people see them run across the golf course. And they still manage to get away.
Aye.
Again, the magic of meth. So now he's not on it anymore.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I mean, it seems like they might be dabbling. Yeah. The experience scares Mark so badly that he tells Scott, I'm never doing this again. But Scott actually has the opposite experience because he gets a huge fucking hit of adrenaline. And he's like, now this is all I want to do for the rest of my life. And he can't wait to do it again. So Scott taps his old tomato farm friend from Hawaii, Kevin, to team up with him and serve as a lookout. Kevin says, no fucking way, you idiot. But Scott is able to convince him to launder the stolen money at Las Vegas casinos for him.
Okay.
So, basically, now, simultaneously, he's successful in his first bank robbery, and it's the tech boom in Seattle and that area, in that generalized area.
Yeah.
So most banks at that time were teeming with cash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, Scott decides that he's going to invest in a bunch of movie quality masks, costumes, and theatrical makeup.
If we're going to do this, let's do it right.
Let's really go for it.
Let's really go for it.
Because his whole idea is if I can go in, they won't be able to recognize me, but for reasons that people don't normally do.
Right.
So this is about him using makeup. Scott Scurlock's greatest contribution to the lexicon of bank robbery tactics was the use of theatrical makeup, and this completely disguised his face, while at the same time not causing the immediate visible stir caused by an idiot wearing a ski mask. You also never see theatrical makeup in movies about bank robbery, as that's just too good of a tip to give a potential robber. So Scott Scurlock had an arrangement where theatrical makeup was bought, ordered, and shipped to a friend who'd nary a clue as to what it was being used for. And this is the path to wisdom, should there be any, in organized crime.
Oh my God.
So apparently he would walk in and he would have like a weird crone's face.
Well, you've seen like the Kim Kardashian before and after contouring. She looks like a different freaking person. Is that like what we're thinking?
Yes. It's contouring, but essentially he would give himself an old person's face, but still move like a young person. So that's how later on people knew it was the Hollywood Bandit, is they'd be like, oh, this is not the person. But in the beginning, it was very effective because it was like, oh, that's an old person, or that's like an old woman or something. No one would
panic.
Right. No, that energy would not be there, and he would have a gun on him, but he wouldn't be like waving it around going, everybody get down. He would just be like a person.
Yeah.
And it was super, super low key and super effective. Okay.
Crazy.
So in 1992, Scott disguises himself. He arms himself with a handgun, and he successfully robs 5 more banks.
Holy shit.
By himself.
Oh my God.
So on August 14th, 1992, he robs the Sea First Bank again. He goes back to the same one they already hit, and he gets $8,124 more dollars. On September 3rd, he robs the U.S. Bank at 4200 Southwest Edmund Street, and he gets almost $10,000. On September 11th, 1992, he robs the University Savings and Loan at 4568 Sand Point Way Northeast and gets almost $6,000. On October 5th, he robs the Great Western Bank at 2610 California Avenue Southwest, and he gets $27,500.
Wow.
And on November 9th, 1992, he robs the Sea First Bank at 4020 Northeast 55th Street, and he wins, I wrote, a whopping $252,000.
Oh my God.
Quit
at this point, guy.
Quit, you're ahead.
You're done.
Quit. But you know why he can't?
Meth.
Because now he's high on the deadliest drug of all, hubris. I laughed so hard when I wrote that down today. Okay. He's getting away with it. Yeah. And it's working. So there's no way he's fucking stopping now. Yeah. Police have no idea who this mystery bank robber is. They're doing everything they can to catch him. They nickname him Hollywood because of his high quality disguises. The media picks up on it, gives gives it its own twist. They start calling him the Hollywood Bandit, which is in writers' rooms, they would say, don't do lateral pitches. If you can't beat the original idea, then just don't pitch at all. Anyway. Anyone can re-say the things someone else just said. That's not being funny. That's knowing synonyms.
Like with a different word?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're going to call him Hollywood. Well, we're going to call him the Hollywood Bandit. Okay, well, that's the same basic idea.
Right. Okay.
Quit fucking cheating. Okay, so no matter what they call him, the disguises are working because there's almost no evidence and the authorities have no idea. And so Scott decides to lay low for a little while.
Smart.
Right? So he takes his winnings and his earnings and his money, and after about a year, he wants to go back to the life. So this time he asks Steve Myers' help, the guy that helped him with the treehouse.
Okay.
In my mind, Steve Myers is Steve Zahn. You know, that actor from Out of Sight who's like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Kind of a burnout, but like reliable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Steve Zahn plays the part of Steve Myers. He's now the lookout. And so on November 24th, 1993, the day before Thanksgiving, they once again stake out the Sea First Bank. Steve plants himself outside. He's listening to a police scanner as Scott goes in holding the gun and wearing makeup on his face. But then Steve hears the 911 call coming in about the robbery. So he gets Scott. They flee. Shit. And they get away again.
Oh my God.
They wait about a month and then they proceed to rob five more banks.
Fuck.
So basically it's U.S. Bank. I won't give you the addresses this time because that took too long. January 21st, U.S. Bank, $15,000, almost $16,000 on that one. February 17th, Sea First Bank. It's that same one on Northeast 55th Street. This time they get $114,000. June 24th, they go to First Interstate Bank in Portland, Oregon on Hawthorne. And they get $0.00 because Scott ends up aborting the mission because it says unsafe. What does it say? Unsafe conditions.
Yeah, it was a security guard who was retiring the next day. And he's like, fuck this shit. Pulls his gun.
There's no fucking way you guys are getting away with
Not on my watch.
And then Scott's like, this is unsafe. I feel unsafe. So that's a zip. July 13th, the First Interstate Bank on Queen Anne Avenue. Over $100,000 on that one. On December 20th, there's a U.S. Bank on Woodstock Boulevard in Portland, and they get $22,000 from that. So it's another successful year of bank robberies. And so Scott takes those victories and goes back to Mark Biggins, who did the very first robbery with him and then quit, the engine flutter. And he's like, join this team. We're moving forward.
What do I have to do to prove it to you?
What do you want?
10.
Pile money?
Pile money.
What do you want me to do? I will do a cat eye eyeliner on you. I'm really good at it at this point. Okay. So now they're a trio.
Okay.
These guys. This is actually really starting to line up pretty severely with the movie Out of Sight, starring George Clooney and J-Lo with Steve Zahn. Actually also in it. A lot of at the beginning when it was the pot plants, I was thinking it was like The Beach with Leo DiCaprio. Then we're moving into this part and it's getting very out of sight with bank robbers in or out of their
J-Lo.
comfort zone.
Great in that.
Oh, the best she's ever been.
Yeah.
Second only to Hustler.
Truly.
So Mark's on board. He's the lookout. He's the lookout from inside the bank. So Steve's watching outside the bank and Scott's doing everything and planning it and orchestrating it. So this trio robs two more banks in 1995. But on one of them, a die pack explodes and they basically have to bail on the money, but they still get away without getting caught. So they do on January 18th, they get $11,000, almost $12,000 from the First Interstate Bank, but then they have to bail on $12,000 because it's all got die on it.
Dude.
And then on January 27th, they go to the Sea First Bank and they get $252,000.
Quit now.
Seriously.
You've got enough.
So they think the key to their success is Scott's calm demeanor. This is Steve later being interviewed, and he says, Scott's whole point was if you go in crazy with violence and waving a gun and something does happen, what do you do then?
Yeah.
Most people working in banks realize this guy is not afraid, and that's more frightening and commanding without having to be crazy.
Wow. Tactics.
So he kind of went in with some weird makeup on his face and was just like, give me your money. It's me. And they all kind of went, oh, okay. So of course now the cops in the area have called in the FBI. The FBI thinks still it's only this one robber. They don't know that there's other people on the team. And of course they don't have any evidence because if there is security footage, it's an unrecognizable person.
Yeah.
The Washington State Bankers Association and the Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound band together, and they get $50,000 together for a reward for this bank robber's capture. No one comes forward. No one has any useful information.
Okay.
By the end of 1995, the FBI has enough incidences that they start tracking patterns in the bank robber's behavior. They notice the timing is based around how much money is pulled in from previous heists. So they basically are like, okay, this guy, if he steals X amount, he's going to come back because he needs to live on $20,000 a month.
Okay.
So they start being able to predict when they're going to hit banks.
That's so interesting.
Which also is how often they're doing it.
Yeah.
And not getting caught.
Oh, you guys, stop.
So using this logic, they take an educated guess and as to where the next robbery will be. So on where and when the next robbery will be. So they think it's going to happen January 25th, 1996 at the Sea First Bank.
Wow.
They fucking love the Sea First Bank.
Yeah, they do.
So they stake out the Sea First. And it turns out that the date is correct, but the bank is wrong. The tree.
They got the date right?
They got the date exactly right.
Crazy.
But the bank that the guys actually rob is the First Interstate Bank that's 2 miles away from that Sea First Bank. So before the FBI can get over there, the guys get away from the First Interstate Bank with $141,000.
Wow.
Almost $142,000. So this lasts the guy until May of that year. So this is in January.
Yeah.
So they go till May, and then they decide to hit the Madison Park branch of the First Interstate Bank. And from that one, they get almost $115,000.
What the crap?
It's just working. This is like, it's a plan that's going well.
Yeah.
So then this is around this time Scott finds out there's this $50,000 reward for information about him, and he decides he takes this information and does, in classic Scott fashion, he decides, well, then we should rob 5 banks in one day.
Why?
Because that's where his logic takes him.
Jeez.
Because he's an adventurer.
Oh God, he's just showing off at this point.
He's high on adrenaline.
Yeah.
He can't get a big enough fix.
Yeah.
So they hear the police have told every bank in the Seattle area to put electronic tracers on stolen money or like on the money.
Yeah, yeah.
So they decide that with that piece of information, they're just going to hit one bank.
Okay.
So at 5:41, Wednesday, November 27th, 1996, Scott and Mark, with wearing their disguises, walk into a brand new bank they've never hit before. It's the Sea First Bank in nearby Lake City. Steve's outside keeping watch. What the boys don't know as they walk in is that the bank teller working there that day knew all about the Hollywood Bandit. It was all read up. He knew he was a full-on fucking murderino. And the second those two walked in, he hits the silent alarm. Just like
he knew.
Ankle in the doorway. So police are in other neighborhoods. They're not anticipating that the Lake City Bank is the one they're going to hit. So they race over toward the bank this bank they're at. But the robbers get it done in less than 4 minutes.
Wow.
And get out.
I wouldn't want to press the panic button, because then you're in a hostage situation. Like, I'd rather them get away and then you press the button. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's smart, except for that I think this guy is just like, let's catch him.
Yeah.
Maybe because maybe
he'd never hurt anyone, so he didn't think that they were going to do anything.
Yeah. Like that it wasn't a everybody on the floor thing at all that they did.
Right.
They were just kind of like...
They were gentle robbers.
They were more into the theatrics and the makeup is what it felt like to me. But I just love the idea that the guy sees what if it was just a weird looking person? And they get up to the
like,
window.
Never mind. Oh man, this nose, you got to see it.
Sorry. It's just a strangely shaped nose and a lot of eyeliner. But once they leave, a customer defies their order. So apparently they did say like everybody, they must have made people get on the ground or whatever, but it's like, nobody follow us out.
Yeah.
So I'm
as everyone's like, I'm coming with you.
Yeah. But apparently it's just like, you wave a gun around and go, everybody stay where you are. Right. They'll do it.
Sure.
But this one bank customer did not do it and immediately got up, walked outside and saw the car they drove away in.
You crazy kid.
You super rebel.
Stay on the ground.
But that person sees them get into a blue Dodge Caravan, immediately calls the cops, gives them the vehicle description and the direction that they are going.
Wow.
So.
No cell phones. This is all without cell phones, everyone.
That's right. That's right. 96.
You have cell phones.
Yeah, no. So the Treehouse Trio, I like to call them, they ditch that caravan, the blue caravan, and they immediately steal a white Chevy Astro van.
Sure. That's inconspicuous.
Right? All those cars that you literally don't see when they're driving down the freeway.
Right.
They're just background cars.
Yeah.
But the problem is now it's nighttime, it's dark, it's raining, and they're caught in holiday rush hour traffic.
What?
So they're just sitting in
You don't think of bank robbers as having to deal with shit like with fucking holiday traffic.
Trying to merge.
Yeah.
No one let us merge.
Yeah.
And then they were just trying to get away.
Can we be in the carpool lane?
And on top of that, Scott's driving and Mark and Steve are using their flashlights to look through the money to see if there's electronic tracers in the money. And a cop behind them sees guys using flashlights inside a van and immediately start to tail them and watch them. The phrase used here is it's unclear who fired first.
What?
I would bet a lot of my personal fortune that the cops fired first.
You gotta think.
But the guys quickly find themselves being shot at by police. Stephen and Mark are each shot in the arm and they're like basically rendered immobile. Scott pulls off on a side street to try to fire a shotgun back at the cops.
Don't do that.
He's driving. Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah.
The gun jams, so he then has to drive off again, which is a very like unslick, like action sequence in this movie.
Yeah.
Where just like you try to pull over, you try to
I'm starting that last one again.
And then he guns it in this an Astro van, so he goes from 5 to 7 miles an hour down this alley. The cops pursue the van, they fire at it, and Mark, who's still injured, shot in the arm, fires back. Eventually Scott veers off the road and crashes into the side of a house. So the police swarm the van, they get inside, they find Mark and Steve bleeding over just about $1 million.
Oh my God, that's how much they got or they had in the car?
That's how much was in the car.
Whoa.
I don't know if they brought all their winnings to every robbery. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
So it must have been what they got. But Scott, the driver and the makeup artist, has run. Okay. So he's on foot and nowhere to be found. So the police section off a 6-block radius in search of the Hollywood Bandit. And they continued this search into Thanksgiving Day. Because remember, it was Thanksgiving Eve. So a woman who lived within that 6-block radius named Wilma Walker. Wilma sees the report of the fugitive that's in her neighborhood on the news. So she asked her son Ronald to go check the family camper in the backyard just for peace of mind.
Oh, no.
And when Ronald checks the camper out, he sees there's a man inside. So he calls the cops. Police arrive on the scene. They knock on the camper door. They announce themselves. No one responds. They throw a canister of pepper spray inside. Nothing happens. At this point, they think no one's in there. But so they're like, there's nothing going on. The Walker family's like, we need you to make sure by putting your eyes on the inside.
Open the door.
Do it. So Sergeant Howard Monta uses his flashlight to look inside the camper. And as he does, a gunshot goes off. So at first, Sergeant Monta thinks he's been shot. And then when he realizes he's okay, two other officers on the scene, open fire on the camper, and then backup arrives. They wait for 4 hours to see if anyone's going to come out.
Oh my God.
And when there's no movement, they fill the camper with tear gas to be safe. And they finally enter the camper with gas masks on, and inside they find the body of the Hollywood Bandit, soon to be identified as 41-year-old Scott Scurlock, with one self-inflicted bullet wound in his head.
No way.
So he killed himself because he was surrounded.
So that one shot that they first heard was him
shooting himself.
Wow.
So in total, Scott committed 18 robberies, and he stole approximately, with different team members, $2.3 million, making him one of the most prolific bank robbers in U.S. history.
Wow.
After receiving medical treatment for their gunshot wounds, both Mark Biggins and Steve Myers are sentenced to 21 years in prison each.
Wow.
Steve's released early in 2013. Mark's released in 2015 after serving his full term. And that is the cinematic tale of the Hollywood Bandit, Scott Scurlock.
Wow. That was awesome.
Isn't that the most nuts?
Twists, turns, all of these things.
Masks, fireplaces.
They're everywhere.
Tree houses.
Tree houses even.
When I got to that part in this story, because I was like, this is a little bit off. This is not a classic whatever. And then I was just like, oh, we've hit pay dirt here.
Oh my goodness.
With that tree. The tree house made it for me.
And that man's 41 years. He lived a million lives.
He did it, and he did it, and he did it.
Yeah.
He was addicted to the meth of life.
Wow, that was incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you so much. What, do you have a fucking hooray? Is it time?
Yeah, let's do it. Well, yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, you want to go first?
You want me to?
Okay.
Did I tell everyone publicly already that I'm up to my therapy days?
Yeah, I don't think you talked about it on here.
Okay. So I decided, since I have the time and the money, I get to go to therapy 3 times a week.
That's incredible, Karen.
And I have to say this. Now, this is it. I'm a narcissist. I could fucking sit in front of anyone and talk about myself. Clearly, obviously.
Yeah.
Just look at my podcasting history. But it is so helpful because especially when things come up lately, like we were talking about trust issues and stuff, when things come up and they really affect me, my life coping strategy is usually, you're not supposed to be feeling these feelings, so shut it down.
Yeah.
And shut it down.
Shame over them. And,
and truly feeling, like you're not, like because I have this strong emotion, say jealousy, or just straight up anger or whatever, that makes me weak and lame and irresponsible,
like you're
or whatever.
A dog and you're whacking it on the head with a newspaper, where it's like, that doesn't do anything.
No, and that dog gets to be here.
Yeah,
she got us
Look
here.
How cute it is!
Look at that fucking dog.
That dog never did anything.
Wait a second, it's a person. It's not a dog.
It's me.
So that basically, this morning, it was just like that thing where I get to continue this conversation. So it's not the week later because I also do this thing in therapy where I go, this isn't worth talking about. I shouldn't be discussing this. This is self-indulgent.
Yeah.
There's so much judging.
50 minutes a week.
Yes.
It's like not enough time to get into the deep shit.
No. And it takes this kind of for me anyway, because there's already this gauntlet to run of shame and weird, don't do this and all these weird rules I make up. It's like she's just now catching on of hold on, why are you doing that? Hold on, just yesterday you said this.
Yeah.
Whereas when I go once a week, no one can track those conversations. So she'll be like, I don't know, I remember. She's good at doing that, but now it's this very concentrated thing, and I can't tell you how much it's helping me in this realization of that actually I'm fine.
Yeah.
That actually, when we work through all this stuff, and if I just allow myself to be a human being and I get to be mad, I get to be angry, I get to be jealous, whatever, and that all those things are just indicators that something needs to be tended to.
Yeah.
like you're saying, you don't beat the dog for just being there. You go, oh, the dog's here to tell me something.
Yeah.
And that is actually, then you can actually start to move stuff around and deal with stuff and figure out how you actually feel. Cause it's almost like I have the incident that incites a feeling and I don't actually know how I feel because I panic and just get mad or panic and just have this one reaction where it's like, no, it's like calm down and actually own the real feeling and stop judging it.
I'm so bad at that too.
It's fucking hard because it's the vulnerability thing.
Yeah, totally. And feeling weak and everything. It just feels gross.
Yes. You feel like I just punish this out of me or just like berate this out of me so that I don't do it anymore because it's not right. And it's like, yeah, it fucking is. It's human feeling. It's being a human being.
Amazing. Congratulations.
I mean, she's doing all the work, but I certainly am showing up 10 minutes late every time. I certainly am doing that.
Well, mine was going to be, it was between afternoon baths.
Yes.
Which I highly recommend.
A hit?
I have this thing, 10 years ago, I quit my desk job to like try this whole world of not having a desk job.
Yeah.
And I still, to this day, like revel in the 3 p.m. nap and like what I would have been doing 10 years ago at my desk job. I'm not over it yet.
Yes.
So yesterday I was freezing my fucking ass off and I couldn't get warm. And so I took a bath at like 3 p.m. and it was heaven.
Heaven.
It was like, if you can, I just can't get over, like, if you can do stuff like that, do it. Treat yourself. Like, take a nap, take a bath, like, do those things, watch TV in the middle of the day. Like, if you can do that, great.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my, what's it called that everyone's obsessed with now?
Self-care?
Yes.
Yes. The big trend that's going around.
What's that hashtag everyone loves?
But and I think we talked about this before. Baths are good for you.
Right.
I mean, it's actually...
those Epsom salt baths, man.
It actually does something very positive for your body.
Yeah.
And it kind of points out where you're like, ugh, like
totally
holding on to some stuff.
I love it. That's mine then.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hashtag self-care. Hashtag privilege.
Hashtag bathtub time.
Yeah.
There's so many things. Hashtag.
Do it. Honored.
7 days of therapy, therapy 24/7. That's the goal.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag meth.
Thank you guys for listening. We don't tell you this enough that we are so grateful to the fucking incredible listeners that we have of this show. And I don't think there's any podcast out there who has such awesome people who listen, and we're just so lucky. We've been going through some letters that you guys have been sending us. And they're just so beautiful. I started crying on the couch today reading one.
Same. Yeah. That's so funny. I was going to say the exact same thing, that we've been reading these letters that we take stuff that you give us, that we get at live shows or that we get whatever, and just pull letters and shove them into bags going, we know we're going to read this at some point, but we don't always do it like on the road. We don't always have time to go through everything. And I've been reading some that like the amount of time I spend focusing on the problems that we have that need to get solved. That's all I do. Yeah. And that's all. And I have training of doing it you have to anticipate the thing that's going to happen so we're ready. Totally. And it's a difficult way to live. And if we're going to do that, we also should make sure we spend equal amount of time reading things where people say very nice things to us. So 100%. It's not always the problems and the bad and the ticking time bombs that are waiting for us everywhere. I mean, they're still there, but we have friends on the other side who are waiting for us. It put my feet on the ground in a very meaningful way to read a couple letters where people would just say, like, here's specifically what you did when I needed it. Right. Or here's what I was going through. Yeah. It's really beautiful. It's quite nice. Yeah. Thank you guys. We love you guys. You're our best friend. I don't know. This is the most vulnerable episode of MFM That's yet. That's right. We love you. Stay sexy. And don't get murdered. Goodbye. Elvis, do you want a cookie?
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.